We find after every major event like this that not enough people have the coverage that is really the first line of defense. So we're working very hard to close that gap, and at the National Flood Insurance Program we've set a moonshot aspiration of doubling the number of properties covered by flood insurance by 2022. In the coastal areas, it'll be a little higher penetration. Maybe 1 out of 3 people will have flood coverage they need. But outside the high-risk area, it gets down to less than 10% pretty quickly.
If you are one of these homeowners, one of these business owners, and you get back into the situation where you're allowed to go back, what should you do first? What precautions do they need to take? What record keeping do they need to do?
Right. Well, first of all, we want people to be safe and certainly continue to follow the directions of local officials on when it's safe to get back in. And then when you get to your property, make sure that you approach the property in a safe manner, so you don't compound the circumstances that you have. And there's plenty of time. We're going to be ready. Our insurance company partners are ready to serve our policyholders throughout the affected area. But the first thing you need to do is contact your insurance company or your insurance agent. Make sure they know how to contact you if you're not able to be in your home. What's the best way to reach you? Next, it's to make sure you have your policy information, the basic information, the address, the policy number, that type of information. And then when it's safe, begin to take pictures or videos to document what the damage is, so that when the insurance company reaches out to a policyholder and you receive that first call from an adjuster, you can begin to let them know what the magnitude of the damages are, so they can potentially provide you with some immediate assistance and advance payment on your policy, so you can start with those, have the dollars to start with those early expenses that you're going to need before you get into the long-term rebuilding.
What needs to happen to the National Flood Insurance Program to make sure that it can continue to pay out claims and that it's well funded?
Well, we currently have enough funds on hand, it looks like at this point, even though it's very early in the game, to be able to handle the claims that will come in from this storm. But we need to continue to work on making sure the rates are adequate, that they reflect the risk, that we're able to accumulate a reserve fund, that we continue as we have and buy reinsurance to provide some additional protection before we have to look to the taxpayer for the catastrophic exposure that goes along with a single peril risk of this nature that's concentrated in scope. So we know when we have a flood event that it's going to be concentrated, and that's what makes it difficult from an insurance perspective to really handle.